We might as well get into it because people ask these questions all the time. Break it down.
Bottom line is this.
I think that was a lot for a 1 minute video.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you're going to pull out a lot of...
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about how one person had a discussion with someone at the SBA who told her the minimum credit score now is... Welcome to Advancing with Financing. I'm Linda Ray.
I'm Trevor. Sounds complicated. It's not. It's easy stuff.
That's why we break these down into small little videos.
And we want to make it easy for you. The SBA process is complicated enough. Watch the videos.
I don't know if you're going to believe this or not, but don't believe it because it's not true. So
Wait,
here,
what? Whoa.
Yeah, here's
what?
the post. I'm going to read it, and then Trevor's going to chime in because clearly...
690? Wait, did you say the word 690, not 680?
690.
Not 720.
No.
680.
Not 570. Not 680.
Okay,
not...
read it aloud, girlfriend.
All right. Someone at the SBA just told us you need 690 credit score to be approved for the EIDL. They said it was on the SBA website, but of course it is not there. And everywhere we research says 570. Has anyone been told this? Well, I will read the rest of it just as an asterisk. I'm starting to think that SBA has not properly trained their staff. You think? We get wild and highly inaccurate answers when we call. One staffer didn't even know what SBA stood for. What?
Stop. Did somebody actually say that?
Someone typed in that that's what they found out on the call with the same person, I guess.
Oh my heavens. Okay. All right.
So take it away.
Loan officer, right? 30 years experience. I have read thousands of credit reports. It's one of my areas of special expertise.
Seems countless, but I guess thousands.
Okay, so there's two things to discuss here to unpack from this wackadoodle response from the SBA agent. First of all, as far as we know, the minimum credit score at SBA is around 570. I say as far as we know because it's not published on the SBA website, and as you can see, if you call an SBA agent, you won't necessarily get a straight answer. Also, the reason nobody knows what it is because it's what we call in the financing industry black box. That means there's an underwriting system for which the agents don't have direct knowledge on how it works. Your information gets inputted and the software generates a response, and that software includes accessing a credit report. That credit report might be a full hard pull. It might be an other type of pull that doesn't affect your inquiry status. So either way, we don't factually know that it's a 570 credit score. But here's the other most disturbing part of that 690 credit score thing to unpack. In finance, there are plateaus, if you will.
Milestones.
Right? Milestones. Nobody in finance ever guides anything off of a 690. Typically, at least in the mortgage industry, 585, 620, 680, 720, and above. The reason I say that
570.
No, 570 is SBA. I did say mortgage business, right? Not a lot of coffee yet. So we have these milestones. And the reason these exist is because your guidelines will say, or the matrix for lending on any given loan program or product will say 620 up to 680 is this requirement, down payment, etc. 680 up to 720 is this type of requirement. So the requirements get a little easier as you go higher because as your score is higher, you have less of a risk.
Sure.
Right? And then 720 or above, all the world's your oyster. Not that you can't have a 690 credit score. Somebody could have a 690, but it's not something that we would tag as one of those milestone points, which tells you, forget whether this is an SBA agent and the other wackadoodle comment, they don't know what SBA stands for. It proves to you that the person doesn't know what they're talking about because nobody in finance would say 690 as a minimum score.
It just proves that you wanted this to be a 1 minute video. Really.
And we're at 5 minutes and 17 seconds.
Okay. Also, I just want to reintroduce another facet of the process with the EIDL, which is needing to write a credit explanation letter.
Yeah.
We did a video that's popping up here, but let's just reintroduce some basics. You want to keep the letter in the briefest form possible. We have seen people go into a dissertation of sorts. That is not going to aid in your plea or your crusade, especially with medical, right? Because HIPAA, so you just want to
say medical crisis as opposed to revealing the nature of your medical crisis.
And then
you're not required under federal law to say,
right,
I have credit issues, late payments, collection accounts because of I had gallbladder surgery. No.
Yeah.
You can't say between this date and that date, I underwent a medical crisis.
Right. So there's that. Talk about some of the other elements that happens to people in their lives that then lead to a lower credit score.
Divorce, legal issue, whether it's your legal issue or a family member's legal issue.
COVID.
Dissolution of a business, getting fired from your job, getting downsized from your job, your business failing. Any number of these types of events. In my experience, I can often look at a credit report and I can actually see the events in someone's life from the derogatory credit that I hesitate to use the phrase bad credit.
Right, we don't. We say credit challenges, lower score. We don't say bad credit because we get a lot of requests. Can you help me write this credit explanation letter? No, we can't really. Share some of the points of the letter besides keeping it concise as possible. Cannot believe some of the emails that I get with the whole background. It's not necessary. So
well, that's the first key element is take out all the storytelling. Identify the issue. You had a Visa card with ABC Bank and there were 3 30-day late payments between March and June of 2018. I had made a payment and there was a problem with the ACH transfer from my bank. You see? That's an explanation.
And so you just keep doing that line by line by line.
To address. If all of your items are bulked into a serious crisis, as we mentioned a moment ago, family problem, business dissolution.
Well, and also medical can fall into caring for a family member.
But if it's one of those things and everything kind of lumps into that period, then just address that. Say, credit issues between February of 2018 and May of 2019 all resulted because of this. Right. And look, that's 2 sentences.
Yes.
Right? The other thing I tell people to take out of their letters, which I see time and again, is shame.
Yes,
Nobody is judging you. The purpose of a credit explanation letter is to acknowledge that you had a challenge in your previous life with your credit or maybe currently, and you have a brief explanation for it. You don't have to beg for anybody's forgiveness, okay? Take that out of your letter. Take the shame out of your letter. It's a problem I've identified with our entire financing system in the United States. But
you're basically addressing with statements of fact to support what has already happened in the past or are currently happening.
There's one other item. Don't ever use the word dispute. Just remove that word. The way the SBA should remove the word discrepancy, you all should remove the word dispute from your life. You know what dispute is? Dispute is that facocked, fake credit repair company language, because that's what they tell you to do, and that's what they're going to do for you when you pay them those fees. And they're going to dispute something, and it's going to temporarily come off your credit, but not permanently, which means if you have a credit issue, it's going to come back at some point in the future. You've wasted your money.
Just, you know what? You need to pause, rewind, listen to that again.
Something, and it's going to temporarily come off your credit, but not permanently.
And just keep that in your mind.
Dispute is not a valid explanation.
Okay, next. What about when they submit the letter, they accompany it with a narrative of their business or projections, planning and projections for revenue as an ability to repay the SBA EIDL loan so that they can submit it to the SBA with their letter just as a safeguard of this has happened or is happening, but now this is going to be happening.
If the SBA asks you for that, put it in the file. Don't submit it unless they ask you for it. The reason Linda's bringing this up is because in the second stimulus package, the Congress indicated to SBA, in the absence of a sufficient credit score, SBA will use other means, including assessing borrowers' ability to repay. And we've seen that with our clients in a couple of instances. But wait for the SBA to ask for it. Certainly prepare it.
So as a loan officer, Trev, based on the 690 erroneous intel and credit challenges, credit score conundrum, what's the bottom line here? Can you break it down?
Bottom line is this. Everyone has credit challenges in life, and don't use that as an obstacle for you asking the SBA to approve your EIDL loan. Think of it as just another element, just like your tax returns or any other element of the application. Put your application in. Don't hesitate to apply for either an original EIDL or a reconsideration if you believe you've got credit issues. In many times in my experience, people believe they've got credit challenges, which are not so terrible. They think it's worse than it is. Always apply. That's my golden rule. Always apply. Put your best foot forward. You'll get approved.
Good luck. Hang in there. Stay strong.
Linda Ray over there. This is Trevor over here. And we are
Aurora Consulting, financing solutions for your business
EIDL success story.
Where's the microphone again? Oh yeah, over there.
The microphone's right here.
I mean, where's the camera? Over there?
The camera's there.
Okay.
Over here.